want to introduce our first beautiful speaker. Her name is Leona Watson. She's from Nānākuli. And she's from second row, second row. We don't have no second row. Okay, got one. That's her auntie though. And she was born and raised here, and one of her passions is learning. And this is her assistant that she's holding, and that's our letter.
And back there is my husband, Kā'āulu. He's a head football coach for Nānākuli. Oh, right on. And my son, Aloha. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold, and I hope I don't cough. So we're going to start. The reason why I wanted to do this icebreaker is because this is what kind of made me go to college. Having goals. Anybody have goals in life? Okay, hallelujah. So we either have community goals or personal goals. Anybody want to share their personal goals?
My personal goal is to give you a lay right now.
Oh. Mahalo. Because I'm going to make this very interactive. So we have to, it's a kākou thing, okay? We're going to participate and we can share our goals together and we can find out about each other. And this is how I'm kind of going to lead it. So anybody want to open up and share something that is a personal goal or a community goal? Okay, here you go, Auntie. Mahalo.
I'm JJ Barfield, and my personal goal is to get my grandson through high school. He's in the 7th grade, and he's a special needs child, and I have to have a lot of patience every day. I pray before I talk to him. Oh my God, you know, seems like he's going the wrong way. The cemetery there on 6th Road looks real good to him. So now, this grandma got to do grandma patrol just to keep those kids. I mean, it's hard getting kids to school nowadays. And at my age, I should be enjoying my life. But you know, a lot of us kupunas are raising children today at our age. Yeah. And we'll be raising them till we're 80 when they graduate from high school. So my personal goal is my child.
Thank you. Mahalo, mahalo. Anybody else? Anybody else want to share? Anybody else want to share? Because we also have some community members. You guys want to share what is your goal for your job here? Like, Auntie Paula, what is your goal? You know, as the director here at the Community Learning Center.
One of my main goals is to make sure that we provide learning opportunities for people of all ages. So you can see tonight, we get bebes, we get kupuna in the room, because we really want to promote intergenerational learning. And so that's my one goal, and you guys are making us succeed at that. So thank you for coming tonight.
I have a community goal is strengthening Hawaiian language immersion at Nānākuli Elementary. And at one time the enrollment was 210, maybe 5 years ago, and it's 51 today. Not good news at all. And the other factor I was sad to learn was when we took a survey of the community, of course not the entire community, but whatever we could read, not all were in favor. So I want to know why. Is it because the parents themselves cannot speak with their Hawaiian language children when they come home because they need that? Well, that's one thing I hope you folks will help us solve. And Kalehua is doing his thing to give us free Hawaiian language so we can share with our ohana as well as the children. So that's maybe an objective that I'd like to see happen, is to increase Hawaiian language immersion. Of course, we're the largest Hawaiian community in the world. We should have Hawaiian language. Thank you, Mom.
Kā'āulu, you want to share about your football team? Like, what is your goal? He didn't know, sorry, put him on the spot. He knows his goals though.
Sorry, I wasn't ready. My goal, like she said, I coach football at the high school here. And one of my goals is to use education, pretty much what we're learning about today, using education as motivation as well as a foundation of everything else. We're a football athletic program, but we highly prize our academics. When we took over the program 2 years ago, it was struggling, not just winning football games, but winning kids over. We're losing on both sides. We're losing games, we're losing kids. The first thing we did was we tried to change the education side of it. The first year we had, it was a lot of work, you can imagine, but we had, out of our 30 kids, we had about 10 of them that we got to be on honor roll principals list. And the second year that moved to half of our kids got to honor roll and principals list. And then this year we had 90% of our kids, our football players here at our high school, are on principals list and honor roll. And the great thing about it is that along with educational success also came wins on the football field as well. We went to playoffs, we won a few championships, and it's all because, and I credit it all to the education, the focus, and the discipline that they have in the classroom. And I think that's just one of the small ways. I'm a football team, we're a small part of the community, but just in that small area that at least I have control of, I'm doing my best to make sure that is the way it should be. That is my goal. And for next year, we're looking for 100%, not 90, 100%.
Mahalo. Okay, see, everybody got goals. That's awesome. So that's what motivated me to go to school. And that's how my research began. I wanted to, all of this, my personal experience will be incorporated throughout our presentation. Growing up in Nānākuli, my family's school, and involving keiki steps, and my faith and our community of Nānākuli. So this is where it begins, my research, or I should say literature review, and this is my statement. I wanted to make education a priority in our community, and I asked myself, how can I do that? So I started researching that, because that was my motivation. That was my goal for going to school and continuing my education, was for my community. It was never about myself, but I wanted to bring back everything that I learned into my community. So I love Nānākuli. And so growing up here, I come from a home where my auntie raised me. My auntie and my grandmother, just like you, auntie, raising your grandkids, and there is success. So my journey started there on Second Road, and I never thought I would be here speaking. So when I volunteer, I still picture myself as a kid, like, how can I be speaking with Kalehua? He's such a he's up here and I'm down here. I never see myself as a community member empowering our community. So that was always my passion. And well, my senior year, I met Auntie Paula, and she, our community learning center was by the laundromat. It wasn't in this beautiful facility. And I think it was just me, her, and my husband who used the facilities. And we're pretty much the only two in our graduating class in Nānākuli who went on to college and returned back, and we work in our community. So from there, she taught me how to use all the resources, how to apply for financial aid, how to further my education. And I went to school for free, using all that support and the scholarships that is out there. So all your goals and all your aspirations, use all these resources. We have all these college support over here. They can guide you to what you want to do in education, and you can achieve your goals. So I like to mahalo Auntie Paula for her support. And during my senior year of high school, that's when I lost both of my parents, 3 months apart. My father is Reynolds Wright. He's known in our community. He's a surfer. And so I lost both of my parents, but with the support of my husband and my family and my strong faith in God, I was able to just move on and continue to have that goal. And I feel the two things which I found confirmation through the reading of this literature review was that having a strong community support as well as parent involvement, whether it be my auntie, but that support guided me to academic success. This is my journey of my literature review. So these are the articles that I researched, and it's very small, but the one that is big is what inspired me to use parent. Through this article, I found 2 key points, which was the community component and parent involvement. Whether it be anyone in your family, allowing that family member to support education is a powerful key in achieving academic success in anywhere and putting in the time. As long as you have the time for asking your child, how was school today? That's parent engagement. Anybody want to share? Because we can share some things that you guys use in your home to just involve parent engagement. You want to come?
Aloha. I'm a very, very strong advocate against television. I raised both my children without a television. Both of them are college grads. Praise the Lord for Kamehameha. Both of them had financial aid from Kamehameha. Without Kamehameha, it wouldn't have been possible. But I had them in private school here on the Wai'anae Coast. And then from preschool, I told them, if you're not smart enough by the time you graduate from high school after all of this private school, then it was a total waste, because I'm not paying for 1 cent of your college. And both of them went to college through scholarships, work, and so on. I've also been a foster parent with Family Programs Hawaii for 18 years, and all the children that I got knew before they came into my home that there was no television. All the children, their grades went up. So I highly recommend, if you do have a television in your home, do it just a family night. Don't let the kids just sit there and veg out. It's not worth it. Thank you.
Thank you. All our kids are sad now. Take away all the iPads. Okay, so in this article, it's so unique because what this school did, as you can see, it pretty much tells it. The title tells itself. It's Parental Involvement in Education Among Low-Income Families, a case study. So it pretty much reflects our community, because our community it's considered a low-income community. So this was some of the keywords that I look for to support how I can influence my community and have support. So this community decided they had so many negative stereotypes happening upon this community. So this researcher decided to do a case study and follow the school. And what they decided was the parents' culture was having the teacher teach and having the parents be parents. So they feel it was the teacher's job to do all the homework at school, teach everything they know at school, and when they come home, it's family time. Like, we don't have time to do that because we have to work, we have to provide for our families, and we don't have the education to teach math, to teach them how to do algebra in the home, to teach them how to do grammar. So they feel like it was the teacher's kuleana, not their kuleana. So the community decided, how can we play a role, like Kamehameha schools, for example, how they can help the parents be empowered. And so they decided, why not we have a place, just like Community Learning Center, and have classes there to help the parents learn math, learn English, and then they can go and support their child's homework and their learning. So that two components, the community and parent involvement, was key factors in academic success through this article. But what they decided to do, since the whole school, for example, Nānākuli High School, the whole school had stereotypes about it. Nothing good came out of it. So they figured, since the kids wasn't motivating to learn because there was no support in the home, because the teachers blamed the parents blamed the teachers, everybody pointing fingers. So they knocked down the entire school. They knocked down the entire school, rebuilt the school, and they put a Kamehameha Learning Center, for example, into the school. So the parents would just, as they drop off their kids, they go right to the learning center and they learn about classes. They learn about how to help their child's education. And that was the parent involvement component, which I kept looking deeper, and there's more articles today stating that it's law with No Child Left Behind with Barack Obama. So it's the law. You have to provide some kind of support with your parents to allow them to be educated and involved in their child's learning, or provide a space for them. And as I'm digging deeper, thinking about all those things, I keep looking at my community like, do we have a learning center where the parents can go and be welcome and learn about how to tutor their kids? We have a system in place for the students to learn tutor or have tutoring themselves, but what about the parents? And then I was like, no, we don't have that. And then I look next, do we have a place where the parents can go to just find out about jobs on campus? Like, the parents are seeking help because there's social economics, which is they need to work or they don't have a job. So how can they get that resource? They don't have a car to travel to find the support. So they provided it. They broke down the school. They provided a one-stop shop on their school. In their school, they put a tutoring center, a computer lab, a place where families can donate clothes and families can also receive donations there. They had a job recruitment area, and they helped them build their resume. Everything was found in this school, and I was like, why can't we just do that? So I'm digging deeper, and I'm finding, wait, this is all, so the school has their part, but what about the parents' part? So the school will build that, and the community and the school will be building that, but will the parents will be motivated to go there, to use it? Will it be effective for them? So through this case study it was, and what they define, well, I want to hear your guys' response on what is types of parent involvement before I tell you what the article defined parent involvement. Would you guys like to share parent involvement or anything that you feel defines parent involvement?
Hi, my name's Shirley Noeli, and I have 7 kids that went through Nānākuli. Parent involvement is the parent just getting involved with their child. Like I did a lot of that from Keiki Steps. I take my grandkids there, I follow them through preschool, kindergarten, and like she's following hers through the 8th grade, and I have a 9th grader at Kapolei. And right now, I know he's in football. He does really well with school because it's football season. But as soon as the season finishes, it's finished. He doesn't do the study, he goes back to his natural self. So I'm always hopping on him. But involvement is just going to the school if they have participating with your child, like even like tonight. If I had brought one of them here, maybe they would have find something that they wanted. But you just have to go ahead and work along with your child, sitting at home, helping him with his homework if you have hard time. And I usually tell my son, did you do your project? Oh yeah, Grandma, don't worry, I get them. Are you sure? Yeah, Grandma can help you, you know. He tells me, no, Grandma, I don't want you to help me because when you do them, you help me, you like me do them your way. I want it my way, and I know I can do it. I said, well, you haven't proven to me because you never start yet. But just keep it on your children and always be there. It's parent involvement.
Mahalo. Anybody else? That's an awesome definition of parent involvement. So that's pretty much, that's the teacher's definition in this article of parent involvement. Auntie just explained it. But what the community, as they met and developed this program for that whole 10 years that they're going through this case study, parent involvement to them was just dropping off their kid. That's number one. They dropped off their kid. And then number two, ask them, how was your day? How was school? And then three, they had a long list. You can, as long as you make the time to ask about education, that's parent involvement. And the reason why they defined that as parent involvement because they were taking the time to just ask about their education. And through that, the kids are feeling value. Like sometimes they don't even get asked about their day at school. So they feel like the kids in the study felt like school wasn't a priority, school wasn't important to them. So the more the parents asked them how was their day, they felt like, oh, I gotta remember what I did in school. Because when they come home, I have to share about what I did in school. Something simple as that. And parents could do that. Parents were able because it wouldn't interrupt their work schedule. Just picking their kid up, they can talk about how was their day. So that's how they define parent involvement. And more parents were able to use the center that they provided at the school because it allowed them to feel connected to their school. Everything, it provided a safe place for them to be, and not only for their child to learn, but for them to learn as well. And they felt good about themselves. And because they were feeling good about themselves and they knew what they were learning too, along with their child, they could find jobs and they could provide for their family. They never need worry about food over education. And that was the other challenge. What we're going to eat. So I'm not going to ask my child about how their day in school was because we cannot even provide food on the table. So all these different factors were just hurting my heart because I live here and my family go through that. And we went through that when I was little, but there's always a way, yeah. And my family always asked me how was my day in school. And for me, school was my auntie called it as a safe place. And that's why I continue to learn, because I didn't like my environment at home, so I would escape to school and I felt safe and secure. And that's how I could gain all this knowledge and learn. So I think once we provide this space for families, which is my goal, my future goal is to, that's why I continue my education up at Chaminade, so I can learn more and see how I can create and use our resources to provide a space like provide a school like this, just using our own Nānākuli and just throwing a center in there for allowing parents to just come and go and just be empowered, because we have it all in place. We have our our community here, but how do we connect it? Like, how do we connect our schools with our community organizations into one place where we can help our families? Because that's what our common goal is, helping the families with their keiki. And that's why I wanted to find out strategies on how we can connect both our schools with our community organizations. Anybody has mana'o on that? Any ideas? Because I don't. I'm still researching.
Well, don't they have something like that now? Like they have their parent involvement in the high school. That holds. No, I don't know. Is it ohana ike now? It used to be parent involvement when I was at the high school.
Oh, the PTSA.
No, not PTA. No, this was strictly a parent involver person. PCNC. Don't they have that anymore? I mean, through that, I was one of a PCN leader at Nānākuli High School, and through that, we used to host workshops for the parents. They could come in, and we would show them certain things. But our PCNC at the high school was really, really good and helpful for the parents, and they felt comfortable. So I don't know if they still have that this day and age, but having something like that in a high school was really good.
Anything, what about for putting community organizations there, like housing them there in the school for allowing easy access for everyone who enter? How do you guys feel about that, like in place? Sorry. I'm picking at your guys' brain.
I don't know, I think that would be good.
What kind of an organization?
All our community organizations, like Kamehameha School is being up there, In Peace, or Queen Leokalani Children's Center, or Keola Mamo, like any resource that we have in our community, having like a partnership class or something where parents can just utilize everything there instead of having to drive in other direction.
I'd like to give you an ancient, anyway, what had happened, Byron Yoshina used to be the principal of this school, Nani Kapona School. And what had happened was, during his time frame, he got together a bunch of parents, a majority was Kapuna, yeah, and he made a special room just for us. Even a room that we could go and sit around or whatever it is. But then he jumped to one more step. He made sure that we knew how to work the Xerox machine, all the machines that we needed to do, that the teachers needed to Xerox, needed to make copies of. And he also spoke with the teachers about our organization being on the campus. And if they needed someone to watch the kids while they have an emergency or have something else they needed to do, they would call one of us. And like I said, he ensured that we had a room of our own, we had our lounge of our own, and we were well taken care of. And we were also taught some of the lessons on how to help the teacher, how to do simple math, how to do English, simple type of English, how to work one-on-one with the children. And he brought a lot of professionals in to teach us these kind of methods.
So what I'm hearing is once we get the principal to buy into the system, then we can implant this on each campus, right?
Yes, because we're not only helping the school as well as the students.
We're helping both the school, the community, and the students. You're right. Anybody else want to share? Dina then? Okay. So that's the concept on raising a child, making it a kākou thing, and just like how it takes a village to raise a child. just incorporating the concept of community and parent involvement. Like how Auntie just said, once those all three work together and it comes around, then we can move forward together and work together. Just like how the Ahupua'a system was, we cannot, if we wanted fish, we have to trade. So it always starts with a kākou thing, working together and just involving each other. We all need to work together. So so that's my future plans, the development of the one-stop shop. So be on the lookout. And anybody want to come and help me persuade the principals? Anybody has questions?
That's a great goal.
Oh, and going back to our goals and motivations. So this all come out to place, like everybody have potential to do what they want to do. So you have that goal and you have that motivation. You just use it as a drive to continue learning, continue inspiring your community and making that change and just working together. Just never give up and remember that you guys all have that in you. Amen.